Hey everybody, it's John DePietro, and I am backstage here in Wallingford, Connecticut. It's a Kenny Rogers show that's going to start pretty soon, and I'm here with the kids, the new kids on the block. Okay, these are the young guys in Kenny's band. Why don't we start over here, because you probably have seniority, Gene Sisk. Tell us your name, where you're from, what you do, or what instrument you play, and how long you've been with Kenny.
All right, Gene Sisk, the name. I play piano and I sing harmonies. I've been here for 22 years. This is the 11th show of my 22nd year.
Not that anybody's counting.
Right. And I'm the third newest guy.
Third newest guy.
Third newest guy, second newest guy,
newest guy.
The baby.
The baby.
Brian Franklin, go.
Brian Franklin, I play electric and acoustic and
Guitar.
Guitar,
Yeah.
yes.
Can't presume anything here.
He plays with
Yeah,
electricity.
exactly. And what was the other question?
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Taylor, Michigan, but lived in Nashville since I was 5, so.
So you young man.
Mike Zimmerman. I'm the drummer. I've been here 5 3/4 years. I can still use fractions because I'm new.
Not 5.75.
Like when a kid
Single
says, I'm
digits.
3.5 years old.
Single digits.
3.5
So
years
is Frank.
old. Yeah, so I'm 5.5 years old.
Okay. I understand that you gained a degree of notoriety when you were on a national morning show, and the host said, "Please introduce the band," and Kenny didn't know your name.
Kenny doesn't know me. He still doesn't know me.
Interesting. What show was that? Was that Good Morning America?
Fox and
or-
Friends.
Oh, Fox and Friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the after show. Like it wasn't on, so it was only
Only
online.
for internet.
if you selected
Internet
you
only.
could see it.
And
Welcome to the After the Show. Kenny Rogers, you're not done yet.
Oh, I knew that.
I
I knew that was way too easy.
Yeah. Hey, Ted, can you move that Steadicam back here? And Kenny, could you introduce the guys in the band for us?
I don't know. I haven't.
I got a feeling you have been traveling with these guys for a
Oh,
little while.
I have. Gene Sisk, piano player.
Yeah.
Randy Dorman, guitar player.
Warren and Randy.
Chuck Jacobs, bass player.
Hey, Chuck.
Mike Zimmerman. He's only been with us. How long have you been with us?
like 5 or 10
Yeah. He's a newbie.
It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
What's your name? Brian.
Brian's
Oh, this
just
is a great idea on my part. Great.
was, wasn't it?
Sorry,
Yeah.
Kenny. If
And Warren Hartman and Steve Glassmeyer.
all right.
Brian Franklin. He's from the very famous Franklin family of country music.
Oh, wow. Well, you guys sound fantastic.
Play with the computer.
So, Gene, Eddie Rabbitt was your act.
That's right. I came from Eddie
Pulled a
Rabbit,
rabbit,
12 and a half years of Rabbit, and left him, came straight here.
So you really love Rainy Nights.
I've played it enough times.
Love Rainy Nights.
Every time we play it, I sing it 42 times. I counted, believe me.
Oh, I love a rainy night.
I love a rainy night. My praise has escaped my lips 42 times
40.
per song. Per song.
Per song.
Per song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian, how about
was
your
the
prior
one-
life? The PK life, prior to Kenny.
Various artists and stuff. The last one was the Wilkinsons, the Canadian act, and they were great. But I left them and got a chance to audition for Kenny. And
Talk louder.
back then, the normal thing is to just get called and come in and learn 3 songs or 4 songs and audition. Well, I got a call and said, can you come out with us for a couple of shows to audition, which is very unique. So I had to learn everything, and came out, and second night they hired me. So
Just like that.
yeah,
On-the-job training.
on the job, yeah.
Did you feel pressure?
Oh, never.
Did you vote yes for him or no?
Yes, we did. But
You did.
you have to understand that you have to get along with these people it's not just the hour on the stage; it's the other 23 hours on a compressed bus
Yep.
where you're
Yeah.
in
Not gonna bring
constant
that up.
contact.
That's his nice way of saying I wasn't
Yeah.
the best player. But
No,
I'm
no, that's not what I'm saying. It's just saying you have to add that to the reason
He
I
did
got the
okay.
gig
Yeah,
is
yeah.
because there was another guy that could play it better than I could play it, but he was too brash on the bus. Nobody
Oh,
wanted
totally.
to be around him.
Now, the interesting part.
Oh, don't put that on there.
That's
But
true.
the interesting part, the interesting part about this conversation so far is that prior to that red light going on, everyone said Sisk is the quiet guy.
Yeah.
And if you've noticed, he's pretty much taken over as host.
You want
and
me to
I'm just
talk.
going to sit back and go right ahead. Go right ahead. Ask him something.
He's the
Hey,
boss.
I can I can stop
That's
it
good,
and
that's
solve
great.
a crossword.
But you know what?
Stay out of the conversation.
You bring up a very important part. But I want to talk to you about life on tour, but off stage, because
Okay.
that is something that a lot of people
It's the other
think that
23
you,
hours of the day.
that you party all night after each show. You
No.
party all night. Okay, then you get on the bus or you fly somewhere, etc. But let me go back to Brian for 1 second. But I'm glad you brought that up. Your claim to fame, I understand, is when Kenny was introducing the band, he would introduce Mike, Steve, Chuck, and you'd get introduced twice.
Yeah, I like those days. I miss those days.
Yeah.
He gets paid twice too.
He gets paid twice.
Yeah.
It's like a union thing that if you mentioned your name, it's
I didn't know
another
that.
$500
It was
bucks.
in my clause.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. Wasn't supposed to get out.
Yeah. So Zimmerman,
Yes, sir.
upstage, these guys are all in front.
Yeah.
You know, Brian's right next to Kenny.
I used to
Gene's-
have center stage where there was no fascia in front of me.
Yeah.
And I twirled my sticks and set my gong on fire.
Now you have that big clear plastic thing.
Now they got me behind her. I was taking over the show.
Yeah. And now our audience can see why that they've got
It's
you
quite
in.
frightening, actually. It's awful.
Okay. So when we talked to Chuck, we talked about crazy venues and that type of thing. But Gene Sisk, you brought the point up. You're on stage for an hour and 15 minutes, or 2 hours at the most. Okay. The other 23 hours or 22 hours, does it go by slow?
Well, yeah. Well, it depends. It depends on how much energy it takes to get from one place to the next.
Okay.
If it's just get on the bus until it stops and get off the bus, it goes really slow. But if you're in a hotel / airport / gate, you got to do this step and then this step and then wait for this step. It's one waiting thing after the other. It's not fun and games.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Hurry up and wait. And sometimes you have to, depending upon where you're going, if it's not feasible to take the bus, you got to fly and rent your own cars,
Right.
and then find your way to the venue.
Right.
Have you been lost yet?
No, because I usually stay out of that. Being the
You're a
youngest-
backseat guy.
No, well, being the new guy.
new
in the
guy.
car.
We let the grown-ups do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, life on the bus, Brian.
Yeah.
You'll get on the bus tonight and head for Buffalo.
Yeah. I
So-
close my bunk, a curtain, and
He's
I
the
see
first
them in
one
the
down
morning.
usually.
First one out.
Yeah. I don't like them.
I'm glad he
That's
closed
his
the
party guy.
Yeah.
Now,
For various reasons.
who's the snorer in the band?
Oh, last night even this guy. Oh my, jeez! Oh, him and the other driver, they were both going like.
That's right. That's right. They were dueling.
It was bad, dude.
Yeah.
It's all these
I almost
pounds
kicked,
packed
but I
on.
wear
I
earplugs.
never
So
used to.
one of the tricks to sleeping on a bus is earplugs. And of course, don't drink. You can't drink on a bus because it shakes you all night, and then shakes you have to go pee all night.
Yeah.
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 So no drinking. Go pee before you go to bed. Earplugs.
Because you're young enough to be able to go on.
Maybe even take one of them sleeping pills or Tylenol PM.
Yeah.
Half of one even, and that'll knock you out and you go to sleep.
Okay, bus life. A lot of people aren't aware of this, and I found this out because somebody told me it's so important. You sleep with your head toward the front of the bus or the back of the bus?
Rear.
Why?
Feet to the bus.
Why?
Feet to the front.
Crash.
If it ever stops or has to stop catastrophically,
Yep.
your head isn't the first thing that hits.
You want to break your ankle instead of your neck.
Exactly.
You want to break the impact.
Yeah.
So if any of you folks are aspiring to be a touring artist, make sure that the first thing you do is when you get on the bus, sleep with your
Feet
head to the
forward.
rear. Feet forward.
Feet forward.
Okay.
Going down the river.
Similar to a coffin, right?
Well, it depends.
So a lot
At
of
this
people,
point.
a lot of people aren't aware of the fact that when this show is over tonight, I mean, there'll be an hour to break the show down, and get everybody out there. You're heading for Buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll wake up in Buffalo at what do we have?
6-ish.
400 miles, 6 in the morning. And what are you going to do then?
Depending on the temperature, get into the hotel, eat breakfast before they take it down,
Yeah.
Then conk
then conk.
for what?
If
Till
you
1
can.
o'clock or 2
Well,
o'clock?
no, just a
Just
couple
whatever.
of.
Bus sleep is not like regular sleeping.
That's
in
right.
bed.
It's moving sleep.
Yeah, so you
It's
gotta
a different kind of sleep.
you gotta get it.
That's
you
why I
gotta get it.
snore so bad.
Okay.
So they say.
All right.
And the pacifier.
So with you guys being the newbies, how did you get to pick your bunk based upon what the other guy had, whose place you took?
I
or,
replaced in the bunk. I replaced the one Gene had.
Gene Golden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, but when you're in the bunk, you can close the curtains, but you've still got iPhone capability and iPad.
TV,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can
We
watch
got
the
a
satellite.
DVD.
Who needs these guys?
Oh, right in your bunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flip
Okay.
down.
Okay. When this run is over, who knows when it's going to be over? Future plans?
Circus clown.
Okay. Well, Ringling's
He's
already
got
out
the
of business,
nose.
so
He's
don't.
got the nose picked out.
He does.
It could be another gig. It could be a job.
Do you want to get back on the bus?
I always say if I take another gig, it's got to be a Kenny or better type of gig. So I would hopefully land into something that's similar
Established.
to or established.
So you're not planning on going out to anybody who's
I'm not going to jump
just
in a
come off
van
Star
with a bunch
Search.
of kids and
Yeah.
drink a bunch of stuff. And
Yeah. Brian, same question.
Total new thing. I'm thinking yard darts and cat juggling.
Gene, I know he's got you laughing, but have you thought
I
of it
can't
too?
top that. I'm going to look for another place to play. I can't not play.
Okay, playing is it work?
No.
And you love it.
No, it's not work. It's work getting there and starting it. But once the downbeat goes, that's not work. Not to me.
Are you in a zone for those 90 minutes?
Yeah, you got to be. Anything that's distracting you from it is kind of part of the work. You have to kind of push that away and just get back to just the music.
Like 5 minutes before showtime, Keith or somebody says 5 minutes, you're ready, you're dressed, you got your show clothes on, etc. Not your black sneakers. What's going through your mind? That's on camera too.
Not much.
I mean,
What's
honestly,
capable of
yeah.
what are the thoughts that are
The show is so. I hate to say that it's mechanical. Like I know it. I'm not worried about the music. I'm not worried about my equipment. Everything's been checked. Everything's good. I don't even. Sometimes I think about, okay, what's the ride like to the next city, or what do I got going on? Just other things. It's not so much the show. all
You're
the
not
time.
playing you're not, the set list isn't emblazoned in your head.
No, not at all.
Okay. Brian, 5 minutes before showtime.
Nothingness.
But
I wake up.
You don't want to be, you don't
They
want to
wake
be,
me up and I gotta say.
you don't want to have any side,
Pull his chains.
any distractions thrown in front of you at that time.
No.
Right?
Just the
Try that.
bathroom. You don't want the bathroom to show
That's
up
a
5
bad
minutes
thing.
before the show. That happens.
No, I understand.
No, seriously, if you want the
Yeah,
real
Kenny's
story,
walking
folks,
in here and you're running out
Telling you.
the other way.
watch what you eat on the road.
I understand a couple years ago you had a couple incidents.
He has issues with salad, so his wife
Yeah,
is
I
barring
don't eat
salads.
salads.
So he
He's-
almost lost the gig over eating a
No
salad.
salads on
No
show
salads,
days.
yes.
So my roughage is cutting.
He's got a delicate
Okay.
system.
Okay.
It's a fine balance.
Okay, the diet part.
Yeah.
You know what? You're subject to Fritos and cigarettes, Cheetos and Fritos and
Yeah.
Doritos and all that
Fries and-
stuff. All the stuff that's in the next room with the candy, etc.
Yeah.
You guys are not big guys. I mean, do you run during the day? Do you exercise?
Me?
You go to the hotel gym? I'm looking at you.
Sometimes, yes, I do, but mainly I've learned not to go to the chocolates.
The chocolates.
That's what got me. That's what started my expansion. And when I finished, when I quit them, it stopped my expansion. Unfortunately, it's not working to get the expansion back down anymore. I can't unswallow this bowling ball that I've inhaled.
Did any of you guys have that red velvet cake tonight?
I had a half a
that was pretty good. I got to try it. I had the chocolate. I got to try the red velvet. Brian, what tips would you give to young people that are saying, you know what, that's the life that I want? Talk about the journey to get to where you're at, and how much discouragement there might be and heartache along the way.
He was
I don't
born
know.
into it.
Really,
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, you only have to play two
It's
shows.
in his DNA.
Fun fact about Brian Franklin:
No.
he's never held a real job. He's always played music.
You've never had a job.
Well, actually, in high school, I had a job for 2 days, but
McDonald's, Burger King, or
Which is incredible.
Hancock
I mean,
Fabric.
very lucky.
no, I worked at a
Get
fabric
away
store
with
for
it.
a couple of days.
A fabric
I was in
store.
a co-op, and I had to have some kind of job. And
okay. So I know you guys want to get into your clothing gear, your show
My
gear,
super suit.
your show clothing, which is right here, which we can't see because there's nobody running the camera on this low budget production. But you know what? We want to thank you so much. You'll all still be friends after the last
I certainly hope so.
Blaze of Glory is.
Of course.
I'm not
Yes,
inviting them over.
One for all for one.
Okay. So, from the dressing rooms of the Oakdale Theater in Wallingford, Connecticut, during at the start of, at least the last December Christmas, it's probably the
Three
last
shows.
Christmas show,
Last
right?
3 shows in 17.
Yep. I want to say a special thank you to Gene Sisk, Brian Franklin, and Mike Zimmerman. My name is John DePietro, and let's go out in a blaze of glory. All good things must end.
Especially this interview.
Yes.
Kenny Rogers and Zimmerman, everybody.